Hey guys, welcome to a brand new episode of I'm Latoya Renee. If you are new here, welcome. If you've been here before, hey y'all. Today I want to give y'all an update on my landlord chronicles. If you're new here, many moons ago, I posted a couple of videos where I was just kind of explaining my current situation with evicting my tenant. I do have a rental property, and I had a tenant who chose not to pay rent from January of 2024 until May of 2024. That's when we officially got him out. And eventually we went to court, did all the things, and by June we had a settlement, and he essentially had to pay me like $7,000 or so dollars is what he's supposed to pay me. So he doesn't have that. So the court ordered for him to have his wages garnished. So for a few months last year, you know, I was getting $25 here, $50 there. I did get one like $500 installment or payment. I think that was closer to the holidays, like Christmas and stuff. So I did get that. I remember being shocked by that because previously I had only been getting, you know, not even gas money. I got all of that, probably got, I don't know, $600. I don't know, maybe less. We entered into 2025 and the payments have completely stopped. Completely. Now, to back up a little bit, I do not manage this property myself. I do use a property management company. They do everything for me. They went to court for me. They did all the things. Pretty much my portion of it is just, you know, collecting the check and then spending when necessary for, you know, maintenance or anything that needs to be done, and particularly, you know, the court fees and stuff. Obviously, I paid for that. It's my property. I do have a company that manages all of that. I haven't gotten anything all year, and it's been a little concerning because it's like, okay, are you not working at all? Like at all? For nothing to be garnished? Then there's a question of, well, did you change jobs and maybe that wasn't communicated that your wages are supposed to be garnished? Another thought that has come to mind is that perhaps he's no longer with us. But if that's the case, his estate or whatever, that's still a debt that has to be paid. So I don't know how that goes. I know that he was either in the process of getting divorced or was already divorced at some point. I know when he moved in, he was separated. So if that's the case, then I'm assuming that would fall on her or on whoever is left to pick up the pieces. If in fact he did, you know, he's no longer with us. So I feel like if that's true, I would still be getting some sort of payment. And then I thought about it some more, and I was like, well, tax season's coming up. At the time, you know, I was thinking tax season coming up, but tax season is traditionally has passed now because we're after April 15th. But I was like, you know, his income tax return, it'll come to me because, you know, that he doesn't get that. His wages are being garnished. And then, they extended the tax return deadline. So I was like, crap, he may wait until November. So as of right now, January through April of 2025, I've not received anything from my former tenant as far as wage garnishment is concerned. I've reached out to my property management company. I have not heard back as far as what the deal is, nor have I heard anything in the interim, like as the months have progressed. So yeah, we're gonna dig into that some more. Now obviously the money is gone, and you know, my legal fees are gone. You know, like anything that I get moving forward is a blessing, but at the core of things, this is court ordered. This is, you know, legally mandated that you owe me, and it may be more than 7, because he owes me my rents that he didn't pay, and then he also owes me my court fees, court costs, all that stuff. And I think they went to court two times. Like, because they had to evict him. They had to legally get a court order to evict him because he would not leave the property. And then we had a court date where the judge made his or her judgment as far as what he would have to pay, what were the damages. So it's either 7 or it's more than 7. I can't remember. But regardless, he's nowhere near paying it off. So I'm just kind of twiddling my thumbs, wondering, because it is concerning that I haven't received anything. It makes me wonder if he's still with us. That is the latest and greatest on the rental property side as far as like the eviction process. If you watched any of the videos from last year, you know that I, like, as soon as we were able to get him out, I was able to get a new tenant in. And y'all, when I tell you God is so good, I'm a little, you know, independent person. You know, I'm not a corporation. It's just me having a rental property, trying to, you know, get somebody to pay this mortgage and maybe collect a few dollars on the back end. You know what I mean? And, you know, grow some equity and things like that. Well, him not paying his rent all that time, it really hurt. Because guess who was paying that rent? It was me. So once we were able to get him out and everything, this, y'all, let me tell you how good God works. I had a guy come in. It was like a Friday morning. He wanted to see the property. And he looked at it. He was like, okay, I want to put an application in. And, oh, by the way, if I'm approved, can I move in tonight? And all of that happened. And then in addition to that, y'all, listen to this. This is the kicker. Because I didn't know people did this. I can't do this. More power to him. But he paid for his year's worth of rent that day. That day. That day. So when I say I went from being stressed, wondering, is my tenant going to pay rent? You know, oh, he's behind. Oh, he owes so much now, to I ain't got to worry about nothing for a year because we already have this money in an account and we just pay the mortgage out of it as month by month, and any repairs that need to be made, we'll pull it out of that money month by month, and I don't have to physically come out of LaToya's personal accounts of any sort to make things happen. That was God. That was nothing but God. I am concerned that this fella is not going to renew his lease. I think he's kind of, I hate to use the word transient, but I think he comes to cities, does his work, and then he moves to the next city, expands his business and stuff like that. So I don't think he's going to stay. His lease is up in June. So we'll see. We're pushing towards the time. Like, he needs to let us know if he's going to stay or not pretty soon. So we'll see. But he's been a fabulous tenant. I haven't had to worry about any money or anything. And so I'm just grateful to God for that. But I really hope he renews. If he does not, hey, we'll start the process again. Hopefully we can vet the next one really well and not experience the same things that we experienced with my very first tenant. Which, by the way, I need to mention, this fella, my first tenant lived there for like 2 years. And so he wasn't like a bad tenant. It wasn't until the very end. And it's like, dude, what the heck? Like, so much so that we were giving him, you know, oh, you know, you're late, but we'll give you some time. We won't charge you the late fees, blah, 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 blah. Like, being very lenient with him because he'd been there for so long and been reliable for the most part. And then it just got ugly, like, real fast. Like, be real with us, be honest with us, like, you know, and he wasn't. And so that's where we are. Hopefully I'll find out something soon as far as the wage garnishment process and what that's going to look like moving forward. But as it stands right now, I'm blessed that I have a tenant that paid for the entire year. So he's been there from June of 2024 till present, which is April 2025. And my rental property has been at the very bottom of my areas of concern in my life. And I'm so grateful to God for that. So If you like the content that I'm offering to you, please make sure that you hit the like button as well as the subscribe button so that when new content does post, you are one of the first people to see it. It also helps this channel grow, guys. I'm going to be posting more content here soon. I know most of you guys are here for Wegovy and for semaglutide and just the GLP-1 weight loss journey in general, but there's more to me than that, so I'm going to post more things. I hope you guys love it, and just stay tuned for more. Bye.